What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. Conversations back here for another video, and this time it's gonna be about Marvel Future Fight, and this is gonna be the beginner's guide, or really part one of the beginner's guide, right? So if you're new to Marvel Future Fight, I welcome you to the Marvel Future Fight community. I know that things are not quite right at this moment, but hey, hopefully you'll enjoy the game, because that's why we're all here. We want to enjoy the game, and yeah, what better way of course to enjoy the game than of course having a good time, a good experience with the game. And one of the things, right, that very important is of course you tweak your settings, right, according to what you wish. So I'm gonna here to talk to you about the settings of the game. So over here on the top right side of the game, of your UI basically, okay, you got this this thing, right? You got that thing right there. Basically that is your settings button, so let's check that out. Okay, so over here of course you have your options. Okay, so you have 5 tabs in the settings. So the first one is of course the option. Okay, then you have the account, the info, alert, language, etc. So okay, so we're gonna go first with the option. Basically this really affects your gameplay, so it's very important to know what what the buttons do, etc. Right? So first of all, of course, you got your usual, in every mobile game you have the graphics, your performance, right? If if you're on low-end devices, maybe consider going to the low, right, the low graphics or the low performance, etc. Depends on your device. But for me, I am running a really high-end device here, so it can run high without lag, without anything, without any interruption in my gameplay. So that's why I use high, right? Then of course, usual again, you have your music, sound effects. Music of course is the thing that you hear, right? So if I turn that up, you hear that. Okay. Then sound effects is the beeping that you hear when I press the button. So tweak that according to your wish. Me, I usually play with full sound effects, then the music is just halfway. But for this video, of course, in order for you to hear my voice, I have to turn down the music. So yeah, that's that. Next, of course, you have the sleep mode. Basically, if you don't want your phone to sleep, okay, turn that off. You want to sleep, turn that on, right? So usual things. Vibration, same thing, very self-explanatory. You want vibration, you don't want. Okay, you have the display type affinity. So what does this do is basically it just shows you basically here in the game, right? I believe it's explained the tutorial well, that we have 4 types here in the Marvel Future Fight. So basically you have of course your you have your universal. Let's take a look. There we go. Okay, there we go. So you have your universal, your speed, your blast, and your combat basically. So basically what does that do, right? The display type affinity is if you load up in a boss fight, or in a fight basically, it will show you right on the top right or top left of the screen. Basically it will show you this, right? It will show you this. So if you don't want that, right, if you don't want to see that in your blocking your field of view or anything like that, you can just turn that off. Or if it's okay with you, like for me it's okay with me, so I just leave that on. So basically that just affects just a little bit, just a little small little affinities that you can see there. So that's what it does. So okay, you have the auto attack after skill. Now this is very important. Okay, here in this game, unlike MOBAs, basically you don't really auto attack unless you're playing one character in particular, which is Songbird. Songbird, her auto attacks basically deals stun. That's why you use her auto attack. But for other than her, you don't really want to auto attack in this game, unless of course maybe if you're a beginner, right? You're just starting the game, you haven't ranked up your characters, so you only have 2 skills, so you really have to weave in auto attacks. But if your account has already progressed 1 year, 3 months even, right, you don't really want to auto attack. It's like, you know, it's like that basically. Because if you auto attack, there's no effects, there's no invincibility or anything like that. It's just auto attack. So basically, this is very, very important. Why? Let me show you. Okay, so I'm gonna turn this on. Okay, basically, I'm gonna queue up here. Okay, I am gonna go and play Scarlet Witch. Scarlet Witch right here. So that's Scarlet Witch. Okay, I'm gonna go to my skill. Of course, we're just gonna go to practice training mode. Of course, I don't really want to queue up in a game right here. Basically, okay, what does that do? What does, you know, the auto attack after skill button do? Is after casting a skill. So let's say I'm gonna cast Street. Right now, Scarlet Witch Street is very, very unique because you can position her out of harm's way. But then, yeah, I'm not pressing any button. I'm not moving the analog stick here. I'm not moving this. You can see it will move if I move it. And I'm not pressing the auto attack. As you can see, the app right there, right? I'm not pressing anything. And now it doesn't want to stop. Oh yeah, there we go. Okay, so I'm not pressing any of those. And again, I move out of the harm's way, right? Out of the range of my opponent. But then, after, you know, I didn't press any button or anything, Scarlet Witch will move, right? Into, you know, her area, right? Her area of effect. And basically, she'll auto attack. And what does this do? Is she is in the range of the enemy. I turn the AI on, as you can see, she will attack me, and yeah, basically if that's a boss fight, yeah, you're dead. Yep, you're dead. So, you know, if I am going to make a suggestion, turn that off. So if I'm going to turn this off, right? Let's turn this off first. Okay, turn that off. As you can see, after positioning myself, okay, out of harm's way, Scarlet Witch will stay, you know, where I positioned her, so that she'll be out of the harm's way of, you know, she'll be safe, right? So that's that. So that's very, very crucial, right? Especially when you're playing world boss in this game. Yeah, it's very, very crucial. So that's that. Next up, auto repeat when boost points are low. Basically, in this game, you have a chance to, you know, the game is giving you the chance to repeat, right? If, you know, you're busy or you just, you know, just very bored to play the grinding missions. The grinding missions is here in the missions tab, right? You have, you know, story dimension mission, epic quest, heroic quest. It just, you know, we'll talk about that, okay, in future videos. But here, I'm just gonna show it to you. In dimension missions, basically, you have the chance, you know, to play it here, right, with the start button, okay, the start button right here. I can play it manually, okay, or I can use the repeat button. The repeat button will, again, if I don't have time or I'm just, you know, I don't really want to play, you know, repetitive, right? Farming missions, okay? These are farming missions, so you have to do them repeatedly, okay? You can just press the repeat button and the AI will take control of your characters, and basically, you know, it will continue to cycle, you know, until you set a timer. Basically, you can set a, you know, a set amount, okay, right here. As you can see, you can set the amount, right? So basically, it will continue to repeat, doing your farming missions while you're doing something, or, you know, you have to do your chores or anything like that. So that's a really good, you know, quality of life, right, for the farming missions. At least that's only for the farming missions. And again, right, if okay, so that's auto repeat. Next is boost points. The boost points is basically this part right here. As you can see, this button right here is okay, come on, is your boost points. Okay, that thing there is your boost points. So basically, if you press on that, basically it will just give you more rewards. Okay, so you have character XP acquisition, gold acquisition, energy consumption, shield bonus reward acquired. Okay, so basically these, alright, these are your benefits for using boost points. Now, this will run out for every mission, right? It will not stay at 100. Currently I'm at 100, right? The cap is 100, but you can go further for more rewards. But once that thing runs out, right, while you're on auto repeat, basically it will stop, right? If you turn this on, if you turn the settings on, it will automatically stop the auto repeat if you don't have boost points. If you selected the stop repeating, and I believe that's the default. I could be wrong, right? But for me, if the boost points have gone, are gone, basically, I just let it go. Just continue to repeat, because these are farming missions, and yeah, I don't really much care about the additional rewards. Okay, they are RNG. They are not guaranteed rewards. Okay, so that's that. Right, so that's auto repeat. Next up, vibrate when stopping auto repeat. So when your auto repeat is done, basically it will just signal you, right, that it will vibrate. Okay, if it's on, and if it's not, you don't want it, just turn it off. Okay, frame rate speed on auto repeat. So what is the frame rate? Basically, again, the gameplay. If you're playing, right, I suggest, right, you go high, medium. But for me, I do really auto repeat, again, while doing some other things, just to get done my farming missions, just to get the rewards. So I leave it at low, because it saves us, it saves up the battery energy. So just I leave it at low. I mean, I'm not looking at the characters, so just leave it there. Adjust V-pad. So I'm gonna demonstrate this as well. So basically, with the adjust V-pad, okay, I'm gonna queue up with a Quicksilver right here. Okay, so what does this do? Is basically, if is it on? Yeah, it's on. Okay, so if it's on, you can see the V-pad here, it stays in place. Even though I touch, right, I'm touching, right, beyond, like, the area of the analog stick, right, it does not move. Okay, it will not move. But if you want, right, for some players who wants to, adjust the V-pad according to their own wishes, right, like you can see there, that's the V-pad. The V-pad is moving where I touch it, right? So yeah, if you want that, you turn this thing off. If you don't want, turn the thing on. Okay, next, adjust autoplay available. Basically, this is only available for VIP 2, and I am not VIP 2. I am a free-to-play player, started 2017, like November, basically. Yeah, November, December. Yeah, I believe it's December. No, I don't know. Okay, but okay, it's only for VIP 2. Basically, in this game, the game rewards you if you spend on the game. It rewards you with things, with additional rewards. At the same time, more quality of life changes. So it kind of sucks that has to be it. But if you're VIP 2, you can see there autoplay plus plus. What does autoplay plus plus? Basically, I'm going to demonstrate it. I'm going to load up into a farming mission right here. Okay. Okay. So basically, what does this do? If you're just playing on auto, it's like this game has like 3 autoplays. You have the regular autoplay, which will not do any skills. It will just auto attack, as in auto attack. I can show it to you right here, because I have autoplay plus. You will unlock autoplay plus if you clear the mission with 3 stars. 3 stars meaning you didn't didn't lose a single character in the mission. Okay, so if you press this autoplay plus, as you can see, it will use its skills. Okay, so it will continue to use that. Okay, and as you can see, there are obstacles in the game. Oh, okay, so what does this do? Is basically, you can see these obstacles right here, right? Those bits, right? Those things. And as you can see, well, because of AoE of Silver Star, I can switch. Man. As you can see, they don't target, right? They don't target the the obstacle right there. Basically, those will give you some free rewards, right? So right here. So how do you do that, right? If you're just autoplay plus, right? You basically have to drag the character, right? Just drag the character onto the near, the things, right? You near that so that you'll be able to attack it. And yeah, it kind of sucks that has to be that you have to pay, real money to get, them to, basically, the AI to attack those things, for more additional rewards. But that's that. So That's only available for VIP 2. So if you want to, if you want your character to just you leave them, then you attack every single thing in the stage, and then you have to go autoplay plus. So yeah, download all data. Basically, it will download all the data. If you are experiencing connectivity issues, it is recommended you download all the data, some of which are left there. I don't know. Some players say that. So yeah, for me, I didn't download all the data because I am not experiencing connectivity issues, and these basically are just the story. The story. That's the additional data that I have to download, and yeah, I don't really care about that, so fine. Next is the SFX animation. So I'm going to show this to you again. Basically, the SFX animation, if we're going to blow up the screen, go up to training right here. Basically, it will, some characters, right, on their skills, they have this, like camera change angle, basically they call it the SFX animation. Now, what does that do is, as you can see, if I do that, the camera shifts, and if I'm fighting a boss, right, I cannot see what he is doing, right, I cannot see what the other, Ultron bots are doing here because of the change in camera. So if you are, your gameplay is ruined because of that, you cannot see what the boss is doing, you're constantly dying, then I suggest you turn that off. Basically, what will that do is, if I turn that off, as you can see, the camera will not shift, and you can see what the boss, you can clearly see what the boss is doing. So that again, another very important thing. But for me, I play, I practice with it on, and I play it with it on because the skills, man, look so good on this game. And one of the things why we like these games, because of that. Display skill description. Basically, if I hold down the bottom skill, basically it will show me the description, right? Now, if you don't want that, right, you can turn that off. So if I press this new skill, if I hold it, as you can see, it will just continue to do the second skill. It will not show the description. So if you don't want that, turn that off. Okay. For me, I don't really hold the skill too long, so you just press the button, right? So I just leave it on. Next is optimize graphics so that's for graphics. Okay. Mission navigation auto pop-up. So basically, you go here, okay, go to your home button, and you can see this exclamation mark right here. This exclamation mark right here basically is your missions, right? Daily missions, event missions, okay, a bunch of missions. Okay, now if you load up in the game and the setting is on, it will show up like this automatically. Or if you finished a mission, it will show up after you went into the loading screen. Then after go here, it will automatically pop up right like that. If you don't want that to pop up, go ahead and just turn that off. If you turn that off, even if you finish missions, basically what will that do is, you can see this red bit right here, right? Like this red bit, yeah, the red dot right there, that will just show on the exclamation mark. So you'll know that, oh, I finished the missions. If you don't want the pop-up, for me, I want the pop-up so that I can see and I can claim it right away, the rewards and everything. Next up, future pass point acquired. So basically, I cannot show it to you because I already completed my future pass. Okay, basically, the future pass will only go up, right, if you do these missions. All right, it's listed right here. Now you'll have here the corresponding points. Okay, corresponding points right here, and if you do that, right, it will show up right here at the bottom of your screen, right there. It will just pop up right there that you finished, you got future pass points, etc. If you don't want that to pop up, go ahead and turn that off. Default, it's on, so if you don't want, turn that off, right? And last but not the least, the story alternate mode animation. So basically, if you go into the story, right, in the alternate mode, right, the different dialogue that the characters have. If you don't want that, you turn that off, and by default it's on. So that's that. And lastly is the character info. So the character info is basically here. You go in, let's go Shadowland. Okay, so for Shadowland, you can see on the characters right here that there's this magnifying glass right there. What does that do? If you click on that, it will show you the the info on the characters, their passives, skill element, recommended position, basic info, the name, uniform, etc. It will show you that. If you don't want that, like you don't really want that button, right? What you want to do, you turn that off. Okay, turn this off. Go back into Shadowland. As you can see, it's gone. It's gone. Like it's not there anymore, right? It's gone. So if you don't want that, right, you can just turn that off in the settings. And yeah, that's about it. That's the things. Other here's is your only for your account, and other things doesn't really affect your gameplay. I'm just here, to help you, set up your account, okay, so that you can have the best gameplay that you can have in Marvel Future Fight. So with that, thank you for watching, and yeah, I'll see you around.